Mayor, I'd like to call the regular meeting of the Elmwood Park Mayor and Council for January 5th, 2011 to order at 8:05 p.m. On roll call, Council members Castiglia.
Here.
Coletti.
Here.
Conboy.
Here.
Chewinski.
Here.
Monsino.
Here.
Work.
Here.
Mayor Mullin.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Will everyone please rise for a prayer and flag salute?
Oh God, our Father, we ask you to bless our meeting, which we trust with godly care and protection. Please remove all selfishness and prejudice from our hearts and plant therein a keen sense of justice and a greater love for you and our neighbor. Guide us in our deliberations so our decisions will always please you, bring peace and happiness to our community. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Whereas Chapter 231 of the Public Law State of New Jersey requires the commencement of each meeting stated by the presiding officer, and therefore be advised that the requirements of this meeting have been met by publishing an annual notice in the record in the Hackensack and Herald News of Woodland Park, and by posting such notice in the office of the Public Clerk's office as well as in public place within the municipal building, and thereby notifying interested citizens. The notice was posted on January 1, 2012. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're tuned in to our cable for the first time, the council meetings are on cable channel 77. They're on Tuesday 12 noon, Thursday 4 p.m., and Friday 11 a.m. Tuesday 12 noon, Thursday 4 p.m., and Friday 11 a.m. And it's channel 77. We've been experiencing some problems with cable vision and the audio portion of this program, and we contacted them, so we hope they get that cleared up in the future.
Mayor, at this time we have for approval of minutes the executive session of December 8th, 2011, the regular meeting of December 15th, 2011, and the reorganization meeting of January 1st, 2012.
May I have a motion on all three?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Boncino, second.
Mr. Work.
Yes. Mr. Word, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So ordered.
Mayor, on the resolutions this evening under the consent agenda, we have Resolution 15-12, payment of bills, Resolution 16-12, confirmation of checks, Resolution 17-12, confirmation of payroll, Resolution 18-12, appointment of police towers for the year 2012, Resolution 19-12 is the park agreement for public health services, Resolution 20-12, appointment of the Public Employment Agency Compliance Officer, Resolution 21-12, appointment of licensed water operator for the Block Environmental Services, Resolution 22-12, appointment of licensed sewer operator for the Block Environmental Services, Resolution 23-12, authorize execution of the Bergen County Animal Control Contract, Resolution 24-12, rescind Resolution 338-11 concerning retired employee Mary Ann Marchioni, Resolution 25-12, refund the recreation account to Paula Mancia, Resolution 26-12, reappoint Laura Doherty, part-time temporary employee, excuse me, Resolution 27-12, award emergency water and sewer main repairs to Colonelli Brothers, Resolution 28-12, refund from the police account false alarm fines, Resolution 29-12, refund overpayment due to tax appeal, New Jersey Tax Court to Howard Fund, Resolution 30-12, refund overpayment due to tax appeal to New Jersey Tax Court, Norman Terrace, Resolution 31-12, refund overpayment due to appeal to New Jersey Tax Court, Walgreens, Resolution 32-12, refund overpayment due to tax appeal, New Jersey Tax Court, Glenwood Plaza, Resolution 33-12, refund overpayment due to appeal to New Jersey Tax Court, 241 Walnut Drive Associates, Resolution 34-12, reappoint Michael Paul Smollett, part-time temporary employee with the Department of Public Works, and Resolution 46-12, which is a late starter, it was added to the agenda this evening, establish a petty cash fund for the recreation fund.
May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Conboy.
Second.
Second by Mr. Work. Any discussion?
Mayor, if I may, I'd like to pull 33-12, or just put that I abstain on that one, on Mullenhour Drive.
Okay.
And Mayor, also, I would like to say,
Mayor, can I recommend that we vote on it separately as a separate?
Yes.
motion? Councilman Conboy, you amend your motion to incorporate resolution 15-12 through R 46-12 with the exception of resolution 33-12?
Sure.
Councilman Work? Second?
Yes.
Okay. Consent agenda with the removal of resolution 33-12. Councilmembers Castiglia?
Yes.
Coletti?
abstain,
No, we're voting on it as a separate matter.
yes.
Conway? Yes. Jolinski?
Yes.
Valentino?
Yes.
Work?
Yes.
Okay. Mayor will accept the motion on resolution 33-12, refund overpayment of taxes due to appeal to New Jersey Tax Court, 241 Mullenhour Drive Associates.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Mr. Stabler, second. Mr. Longino, discussion? Call the vote.
On roll call, council members Castiglia?
Yes.
Coletti?
Abstain,
Conway? Yes. Jolinski?
Abstain.
Valentino?
Yes.
Work?
Yes.
Motion on resolution 33-12 carries. This evening, Mayor, we have appointments to various boards and mandated resolutions for the year 2012. To the Borough Council, I hereby nominate with your advice and consent appoint Jack Thorne to the Board of Health for a period of 3 years, term ending December 31st, 2014. Respectfully submitted, Richard A. Moore, Mayor. Resolution 35-12, appoint member of the Board of Health. Be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Oak Park that the appointment of Jack Coyne to the Board of Health for a period of 3 years, term ending December 31st, 2014 be, and the same is hereby confirmed.
Motion, please.
So moved. Second.
Mr. Chouinski, second by Mr. Longino, discussion? Call the vote.
On roll call, Councilmembers Castiglia?
Yes.
Coletti?
yes.
Conboy? Yes. Jolinski?
Yes.
Valentino?
Yes.
Work?
Yes.
Motion carries. To the Borough Council, I hereby nominate and with your advice and consent appoint Susan F. Marcello to the Board of Health for a period of 3 years, term ending December 31st, 2014. Respectfully submitted, Richard A. Mullen, Mayor. Appointment to the Board of Health, be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Oak Park that the appointment of Susan F. Marcello to the Board of Health for a period of 3 years, term ending December 31st, 2014 be, and the same is hereby confirmed.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Mr. Longino, second.
Second.
Mr. Stabler, discussion? Call the vote.
Councilmembers Castiglia?
Yes.
Coletti?
Yes.
Conboy?
Yes.
Jolinski?
Yes.
Valentino?
Yes.
Work?
Yes.
Motion carries. To the Borough Council, I hereby nominate with your advice and consent appoint Deborah Alvarez to the Board of Adjustment for a period of 4 years, term ending December 31st, 2015. Respectfully submitted, Richard A. Mullen, Mayor. Appointment of a member of the Board of Adjustment. Be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Orland Park that Deborah Alvarez be appointed to the Board of Adjustment for a period of 4 years, term ending December 31st, 2015, being the same is hereby confirmed.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Stabler, second by Mr. Chouinski, discussion? Call the vote.
On roll call, Councilmembers Castiglia?
Yes.
Coletti?
Yes.
Conboy? Yes. Jolinski?
Yes.
Valentino?
Yes.
Work?
Yes.
Motion carries. To the Borough Council, I hereby nominate with your advice and consent appoint Angelo Panetta to the Board of Adjustment, alternate number 1 position for a period of 2 years, term ending December 31st, 2013. Resolution 38-12, appointment of Board of Adjustment member. Be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Oak Park that the appointment of Angelo Panetta to the Board of Adjustment as the alternate number 1 member for a period of 2 years, term ending December 31st, 2013, be and the same is hereby confirmed.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Mr. Longino,
Second.
second, Mr. Word, discussion? Call the roll.
On roll call, Councilmembers Castiglia?
Yes.
Coletti?
Yes.
Conboy?
Yes.
Jolinski?
Yes.
Valentino?
Yes.
Work?
Yes.
Motion carries. To the Borough Council, I hereby nominate with your advice and consent appoint Franco Benamini to the Board of Adjustment, alternate member 2 position for a period of 1 year, term ending December 31st, 2012. Respectfully submitted, Richard A. Mullen, Mayor. Appointment of the Board of Adjustment, alternate member number 2. Be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Orland Park that the appointment of Gianfranco Benamini to the Board of Adjustment, alternate number 2 position for a period of 1 year, term ending December 31st, 2012 be, and the same is hereby confirmed.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Mr. Stabler, second.
Second.
Mr. Word, discussion? Call the roll.
On roll call, Councilmembers Castiglia?
Yes.
Coletti?
Yes.
Conboy?
Yes.
Jolinski?
Yes.
Valentino?
Yes.
Work?
Yes.
Motion carries. To the Borough Council, I hereby nominate with your advice and consent appoint Stefan Bolden to the Rent Leveling Board for a period of 4 years, term ending December 31st, 2015. Respectfully submitted, Richard A. Mullen, Mayor. Appointment to the Rent Leveling Board. Be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Orland Park that the reappointment of Stefan Bolden to the Rent Leveling Board for a period of 4 years, term ending December 31st, 2015. B, and the same is hereby confirmed.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Mr. Wirt and Mr. Boncino, discussion, call the roll.
On roll call, Councilmembers Castiglia,
Yes.
Coletti,
Yes.
Conboy,
Yes.
Lewinsky,
Yes.
Monsino,
Yes.
Work.
Yes.
Motion carries. To the Borough Council, I hereby nominate with your advice and consent appoint David Seidel to the Rent Leveling Board for a period of 4 years, term ending December 31st, 2015. Respectfully submitted, Richard A. Muller, Mayor. Resolution 41-12, appoint member of the Rent Leveling Board, be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Owen Park, the appointment of David Seidel to the Rent Leveling Board for a period of 4 years, term ending December 31st, 2015. B, and the same is hereby confirmed.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Mr.
Second.
Jaworski, second.
Second.
Mr. Stigler, discussion, call the roll.
Roll call, Councilmembers Castiglia,
Yes.
Coletti,
Yes.
Conboy,
Yes.
Lewinsky,
Yes.
Monsino,
Yes.
Work.
Yes.
Motion carries. To the Borough Council, I hereby nominate with your advice and consent appoint Joseph Saplicki to the Library Board for a period of 5 years, term ending December 31st, 2016. Respectfully submitted, Richard A. Muller, Mayor. Resolution 42-12, appointment of Library Board member, be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Allen Park that the appointment of Joseph Saplicki to the Library Board for a period of 5 years, term ending December 31st, 2016. B, and the same is hereby confirmed.
Motion, please.
I'd like to make a motion that we could please table this with all due respect, table it till next week's work meeting for further discussion.
Tabling motion now. Second. Mr. Boncino, call the roll, please.
On a motion to table, Councilmembers Castiglia,
No.
Coletti,
Yes.
Conboy,
Yes.
Lewinsky,
Yes.
Monsino,
Yes.
Work.
No.
Motion to table carries.
I would just like to indicate that Mr. Saplicki will be brought in to see the council members. His interest, he filled out the form. His interest, he's a trustee of the Ridgewood Historical Society, Friends of the Hermitage. He's a member of the Ridgewood Historic Preservation Commission, and his wife and he are co-historians of the village of Ridgewood, so I think he is eminently qualified.
To the Borough Council, I hereby nominate with your advice and consent appoint Robert Burke to the Board of Recreation for a period of 5
I'm
years.
going to pull this nomination.
The next one too, Mayor, or?
I'm going to pull the nomination for Bob Caliber at this point.
To the Borough Council, I hereby nominate with your advice and consent appoint Quaker and Quaker LLC as municipal planner for a period of 1 year, term ending December 31st, 2012. Respectfully submitted, Richard A. Muller, Mayor. Resolution 45-12, appointment of municipal planner. Be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Allen Park that the appointment of Quaker and Quaker LLC as planner, municipal planner, term ending December 31st, 2012. Be and the same is hereby confirmed.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Mr. Boncino, Mr. Stigler, discussion, call the roll.
On roll call, Councilmembers Castiglia,
Yes.
Coletti,
Yes.
Conboy,
Yes.
Lewinsky,
Yes.
Valentino,
Yes.
Work.
Yes.
Motion carries. Mayor, at this time, that concludes the resolutions for this evening.
Committee reports, first up at the, all right, Mr. Stigler?
Really?
Yes.
Gee, I can't believe I'm going to say I miss Frank because he wasn't go first. I don't have time to prep.
This is gonna
I
happen.
want to give Mr. Coletti a chance to
Just
say
ended,
his thoughts.
Larry, just ended the day, it's finally got to carry some weight. All right, Larry.
Yeah. I got a 3
We
sentence.
got the Marines over
I
here.
got a 3 sentence report. All right, let's see. Planning Board, 290 Market Street. There was previously an insurance company. It's right in front of St. Leo's there on that point. We have a pet grooming coming in there. Dogs and cats mainly, so if you have your pet at home that needs some care, he's the guy to take it to. Also at Broadway, right now there's a guy that helps you do your legal documents. He's at 107 Broadway, he's moving to 103 on the corner store. That's the one that used to be a lingerie shop, so now we're gonna have a guy in there that's taking care of legal documents for you. That's a step up, I guess. That's about it. The only thing I got is a reminder from the DPW on your Christmas tree removal. Now there's 4 different sections of town, you're gonna have to look in the waste watch, if you don't know which section you're actually in. But they'll be picking them up, well, they started already on Thursday this week. It'll be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. The last day of pickup will be January 16th. That's back to section 1, so check. It's gonna be 2 pickups for each section, so check your waste watcher. And remember that they gotta be out before January 16th, or else they're not gonna get picked up. Gotta have to bring them down the yard then. That's about it, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Conway?
Thank you, Mayor. Once again, to everybody, again, happy New Year. It's a great new year here. I want to give a couple of reports here on the financial front. Actually, on the day the borough was closed, our CFO was in here working. Some folks say our department heads don't work, but they're here, they're on a holiday. Roy and I have already been constructing, working on our new budget already. Before you know it, February is only a couple of weeks away before we start having some new department heads. Roy, our CFO, Mr. Riccatano, has already sent out some memos to our department heads, asking him to look at some areas. One area that continually comes up that this council, that the previous council was always made sure that our department heads looked at were the fees and the structures that we charge. And as I mentioned that, I don't want anyone to panic at the moment, but we just want to always make sure that our fees and our structures are always in line, so that it's gradually, if they have to be increased, it's a gradual increase. When I first got on council 4 years ago already, it had been in some of the departments, it was a number of years before they had been done or looked at. So some of the, if you guys remember, those who were here, the hits were a little hard at first. We tried to be gradual with them. So by doing this, it's just being housekeeping. That's it. If there's a need, then there'll be some, looking at those. And what we usually do, folks, those that are here and those that will hear this on TV, as you know in the past, we look at the surrounding towns. We also look to see, we don't want to be gouging either. We don't want to be overburdening our businesses or our taxpayers. But again, we just, everything does go up, and we just want to be careful on how we do that. So doing it this way is just more diligent. We will also be, Mr. Riccatano will be working with our clerk / mayor of Woodland Park, that's our clerk, with our department head soon to help the budget process be a little more easier this year. Again, it's never going to be easy. It's always difficult. You have to wait to hear a lot of news from Trenton, where we've already gotten through 1 year of cap. Now we're going to start seeing some results of those cap measures that this council and last year's council was aggressive on and getting to be there. So that's going to be ongoing. I'm going to be asking at the next work meeting the members of the governing body to begin throwing back to the finance committee whatever ideas they have as different reporting they want to see this year. We obviously want to see the results of how some of the initiatives we put forward last year, how they turned out. Were we right? Were we wrong? I mean, the budget is always a constant work in progress. So we're pretty up on it anyway because we get reviews and updates from our CFO constantly. But every time you may get a councilman who wants to see a different report or have it massaged a different way. So please start putting on your thinking caps and what you'd like to see from the financial front on that. Hopefully maybe by the end of the month, the finance committee could meet and discuss a few things as well to bring back to mayor and council to discuss. And begin setting up the dates, possible dates we can start meeting with all of our various department heads to begin reviewing the budget. Last year we actually went back to our department heads a couple of occasions and really asked them to make some more aggressive cuts. We actually gave numbers that they had to get under, and that's tough to ask them to do once they've already done it a few times and they start planning their years, so we hope that will work. A couple updates from the recreation, some carryovers from the end of the year. As it has been mentioned and promoted, and I held up flyers here, the recreation department, our rec director and her staff held the first ever winter camp. It was very successful. Like anything else, it's the first time, so you have to build it. It was roughly about 25 to 30 children, I believe, that were in it. They had a blast. They had 5 days. It was great, where mom and dad or whoever, the family member, the caregiver during the day who has to watch the children when they're out, got a break. The cost was pretty low cost. We weren't looking to gouge our residents in that area, and they had a blast. The theme for the week was the tribute to the snowman. So they had a lot of fun doing snowman crafts and so forth, and watched all the world famous snowman movies like Frosty and so forth. And so they had a lot of fun. They went to the movies, they went bowling, they had a blast. So we hope next year that will grow. So nice job by all the rec staff and our rec director. Also, right now, as we speak, the last 2 days, the weight room at the rec center has been getting a very needed revamping. A lot of new equipment is being installed with the help of DPW and our own staff. A new floor has been put down in the weight room, so if you're looking for a place to go that's cheap, it's, you know, I know a lot of the other places are in town or in the neighboring towns, you can go for $19 for the year or whatever, but right here down the street from your home, there's going to be a whole new weight room. Hopefully we'll all be finished by tomorrow. But a lot of new pieces, and it's going to look real nice. The rec director and her staff have done a nice job with that. Basketball gets underway tomorrow night. It's tip-off at the rec. Come on down, catch a game, grab a hot dog. The kids have been working very hard. We've been working with a very small window of practice time. As you know, we had some difficulties with gym space. The rec just couldn't afford to lay out $9 grand to rent our gyms at the schools. So I want to give a big appreciation to all the coaches, our rec director, Ms. Penny Forestieri, who helps run basketball with all the coaches at the rec. They did a great job maneuvering around all the limits of gym time to get the kids ready. They're very excited. So tomorrow night, come on down to the rec, catch a hot dog, catch a good game. The kids tip off tomorrow night. Also, I want to mention our floor hockey has been very successful since last year. This year, there's something like 90 children in it, and they're taking new kids all the time. During the holidays, they had a special night with Crazy Hatted Pajama Night at the rec for street hockey. The kids had a blast. They're from all age groups, K to 8. Every week, it's not set teams. It's really a lot of fun. I hate to be elaborating, but I want the residents to hear it. It's a lot of fun. Every week, the team's different. So it's not like, you know, I got the best 6 kids, whatever. The kids get to play, they rotate around. The fathers and moms who help do a great job. They sell cupcakes and stuff and hot dogs. But what's really exciting is that they've made it like hockey. The kids are wearing the gear, the goalies have the pads on and everything. No fighting. Fighting's not allowed. Even when the kids score, the guys have one of those little police fights. Like, they blow a horn. And the kids do a dance, each team. So it's a lot of fun. Get down and check it out. That's ongoing. They usually do it Sunday morning. And they're already asking for an outdoor rink. So, you know, don't be asking. So anyway, the soccer clinic is ongoing. And I'm also proud to report, again, like anything else, we used to have it. It was successful. We're trying to build it back. We're trying to get the best use of our brand new refurbished school bus. The aftercare program started this week. There's a number of children enrolled, and it's very positive. The rec director has been receiving calls all week. You know, the school just went back, and she's been receiving calls of parents who have already prepaid for the month of January, but want to come back in February to the REX program. They've prepaid at the school, so they're going to stay. I'm also want to report, you know, sometimes all you hear is about all the maybe some of the fighting that goes on. Well, you do hear about the fighting that goes on, or disagreements with us and the Board of Education. I'm very positive tonight to report, and I really hope it goes well. Right below us, on the floor below us, down in the all-purpose room tonight, the athletic committee from the Board of Education is meeting with a selected panel from the Board of Rec to hopefully hash out some of the differences that have been going on with the sports. As you know, the Board of Education has tried to take over a number of the sports that used to be recreation-run programs. The Bombers went over, they took over the wrestling program. They now have an affiliation with the EPJBL Baseball League, and of course with wrestling as well. So we're trying to bring all that stuff back, and hopefully that some positives could come out from tonight's meeting. So I'm very encouraged. So I'm report that. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Valentino?
Yes, Mayor, thank you. A couple of comments. First, I'd like to discuss a little bit about our police department, and specifically an article that appeared in the Record about 2 days ago, I believe, the 3rd. There were a couple of aspects of the article I just wanted to talk about. First, well, it probably didn't come out and say it almost implied that we were caught off guard by the 7 retirements. In the article, I believe Governor Christie is quoted that Bergen County alone, the liability exceeds $91 million. So our officers are well aware of the attention that benefits are getting down the track. And as an employee, they look out for themselves, and certainly they make decisions to retire for whatever reasons. But they retire, and that happens across the board in private industry, and you move forward. The other aspect of the article I wanted to highlight is it had the sky is falling type of undertone where what we're going to do now, 7 officers have left us. But I want to just go through some numbers to add some perspective. Our force before the retirements totaled 40 officers, and that 40 officers were comprised of 12 sergeant above, sergeant to chief, and 28 patrolmen. That totaled 40. Last year, working with our chief, Grassolino, Mayor and Council decided to trim the brass or the supervisory section of the table of organization, and we eliminated through attrition, the deputy chief, 2 lieutenant positions, and 2 sergeant positions. So, in essence, now, after the retirements, we have a force of 33 officers, 7 of which are sergeant and above, and 26 are patrol officers. So the impact to the patrol officers was 28 to 26. So the net was 2. A lot better than 7 out of 40. So again, it's a perspective. Essentially what happened with these retirements and attrition, we've enacted this table of organization now, or we're moving toward this table of organization. I look forward to working, as do the Mayor and Council, with Officer in Charge Johnson to implement it and determine what we need to continue effectively policing the community. The second comment I wanted to make was relative to a comment I made on Sunday at the reorganization meeting. Councilman Coletti and I will be working with the members of the library board to review their capital plan and their plans for improvements at the library. And we've offered out a couple of dates to the library board president. We're hoping to hear beginning of next week the dates that work for them. And what we want to start the process is understanding what improvements are being planned and over what time period they would occur, and potentially determine if there's some residual funds that can be offered for tax relief. So we look forward to working with them. The appointment was tabled tonight, and I seconded that motion. And the reason I did is, and I don't doubt that the appointee understands library workings. From his description he wrote, being involved in the Historical Society of Ridgewood, I believe that. But today, in this fiscal environment, we want to make sure we have folks who understand dollars and what those impacts are making decisions from a perspective of taxes and our pockets. And I think we have to look at that closely. We can't just look at books, we have to look at how knowledgeable you are outside of that specialty. So that was the reason I decided to support Tom's table. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Lucia. Councilman Coletti, first meeting.
Yes. Regarding that appointment to the library board, I too would like to touch on it for a second. I don't doubt that this gentleman is qualified and that our mayor what he has said about the man isn't true. My concerns were that there's a fellow councilman who has some questions, and that is what I have to honor, and that's why I followed on that vote. For those of you that don't know, I am new but old, just back, and I haven't been delegated any duties as of yet, but I'm sure they're coming, and I can't wait so I can become a productive councilman once again. Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. Schwartz.
Mayor, did you tell me he got all Frank's duties, right?
I'm going to pass it on.
One or two of
So-
them? No.
What do I have?
All Frank, are my
said that.
Oh, okay. My question is, what were they?
Just when we were talking about shared services before, our building department's been shared service for over a year now. And I got a report from our CFO that it took in a record number of dollars and permits this year. And you talk with not less of a staff, we were actually saving 30 to 40,000, plus we had more work done this year. On another note, I'm looking forward to working with the school board. We all know the referendum was turned down. I'm looking forward to the repairs they have to have on the school, and only the repairs they have on the schools, and some minor other changes. I just want to show for the record, because I attended the last Board of Education meeting before the end of the year, and again, I was taken back by our superintendent who brought out at the end of the meeting about the zero increase, that's the infamous zero increase. Well, last week they had their annual, I guess what you call financial report, which is certified by an outside agency. And right here available to the public if you want to over-request it. Tax levy from 2010 was $28,502,481. 2011, the tax levy by the school board was $29,573,000. So $29,570,843. Now, that's an increase of about $1 million in tax levy by school board. And unless I do the math wrong, I can't see where there's a 0% increase. I just can't see it. But I do know that the 0% increase is a little finagled because it's in the mid-year, from half a year, 6 months. This is what you pay for the whole year. That's what you look at your tax bill. You don't have to be a brain surgeon to know that you pay more. I hope I put this one to bed again, but I know it will come up. And then another note, too, it's also in this report, we talk about the school enrollment. So if you look on page 92, again by the independent auditor, since 2006, all your schools stayed the same in enrollment. For example, again, there are about 313 students from 2006 to this present time, still 313 students. The only difference was the high school went down from 1,245 kids in 2006 down to 1,194 in 2011. And this is an independent report, ladies and gentlemen, so I advise you to get it before somebody says we need more space, enrollment's going up, and everything else. On another note, I know if I said this at the reorganization meeting on the 28th is the fire department beefsteak, and also you'll be seeing hydrant markers going up on the hydrants for the winter. They purchased them. They'll be blowing fiberglass rods so you can see the fire hydrants in the snow. And also, anybody who's near a fire hydrant when it snows, we are supposed that person there is supposed to shovel them out just by ordinance. We don't enforce it, but the fire department has to go around later and find these fire hydrants. And I think that's about it, Mayor. Oh, one more thing. If you have any TVs or computers or electronics, I discovered a TV this year, and I called the recycling coordinator, and with the pretty far behind, months behind to pick it up. But it's a short trip to Moonachie to the Bergen County Utilities Authority, where they take computers, electronics, and even help you take it out of the trunk, they'll take care of it. It's right in Moonachie, I forget the name of the street, but it's not far from here. Thank you.
Okay,
Yes.
Councilman, a quick question on his report. Richard, as you know, I wasn't able to attend that Board of Ed meeting. I've had a question posed to me. Are they currently running a deficit?
The running deficit of $480,000. It's in here, I think it's $430,000. Yes.
So they're running a deficit.
They don't have a surplus.
Did they report why they have a deficit?
That's another report that all the deficiencies is another report. It's not in here. We have the report that asked for it.
Thank you, Mr. Choice. If I could add concerning the TVs and other appliances that have to be picked up, computers, what we're trying to do, what Ms. Burke is trying to do, is get an outside contractor to come in and put a container down at the DPW yard. And if you want to bring your TV down there and drop it off, that will be accomplished. Mr. Kazmark is working with Mrs. Burke to do that. The problem we have with some of these, and the reason we're so far behind, is some of these TVs come in a whole big piece of furniture, and they can't get it out. And literally, if the economy is going bad, TVs don't show up. Okay? Everybody's getting a flat screen TV and throwing the other TVs out. We're literally into March before they can be picked up, because the individual we have to do that has other communities that he works at, and he only has certain days that he comes here to pick it up, and he can't do the whole town in those days. So if we get the container down at the DPW yard, then you have a smaller TV, you can just go down there and drop it off. Not yet, until we get things worked out, but that's what we're looking at. Otherwise, you can bring it down to Moonachie, where Councilman Bernstein has indicated. Yes, congratulations to everybody in the community with a new flat screen TV. Hundreds of them.
Yeah, there are.
Hundreds of them. Mr. Word?
Thank you, Mayor. First, I would like to thank the mayor and council to be elected as the council president in the upcoming year. It's going to be an honor and a privilege to work with such experienced mayor and council. So, feel very confident. The mayor and council has a lot to take. This upcoming year, we have many challenges ahead of us, but I'm confident with this wealth of knowledge sitting up here will build teamwork to contain the local taxes and also still provide the services that our residents deserve. I'm hoping and we're looking, as Tom mentioned, Education. Seems, I had to believe that we have a lot in common, but until we meet, we won't find out what our common issues are. And I think if we iron out our differences and work together, we can improve our schools. But apparently we gotta cross that first meeting, and right now, as Tom said, we have members of the Board of Recreation and members of the Board of Education meeting tonight. So hopefully we take that first step. Also, the Elmwood Park Health Department will be continuing to offer free adult consultation and child health clinics. The upcoming dates for the next adult consultation clinics for the year will be held on January 17th, Tuesday morning, and February 21st on Tuesday morning, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the private clinic room in the municipal building. This clinic is available to adults from 18 years and older, and no appointment is required. Walk-in residents are welcome. The next health care clinics, which also includes free immunizations, will be held on January 9th, Monday from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., and on February 2nd and 3rd, that's a Thursday, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. This clinic is, these clinics are by appointment only, so please call the Elmwood Park Health Department. You can reach them at area code 201-796-1457, extension 604, to set up your appointment. Also, Park dog and cat owners should have received notices regarding renewal of dog and cat licenses. All dog and cat licenses are renewable during the month of January. Dog and cat license can be obtained at the Elmwood Park Health Department office from Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. or can be obtained through the mail by filling out the card that was sent to you with your notice and returning it with your with a check along with proof of rabies inoculation and. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Giblin, your report. At this point, I'd like to appoint, and it's the mayor's appointment, Mr. John Adamo to the planning board, and Mr. Anthony Churdo as the first alternate to the planning board. Secondly, in relation to what Councilman Boncino has indicated with the police department, in the new table of organization that we did create, what was it, 2 years ago? Probably 2 years ago. Previous administration put in a deputy chief. That's been eliminated. His salary was around $170,000 or so. And that means we will not have to pay $170,000 for a deputy chief. We can hire patrolmen for that. We can hire dispatchers to make up the difference. Everything else that Mr. Boncino indicated about the lieutenants that we don't have to replace, sergeants that we don't have to replace, that will be done and it will be a monumental savings. We hate to see so many people retire at one time, and we didn't expect that this would all happen so quickly. But it's going to be a heavy savings for us because the brass is going to be toned down, so to speak, and that's going to be a financial savings that we didn't expect. One of the things we didn't expect is that we knew 4 people were going to retire. They submitted their retirement plans early. But the chief, the deputy chief, and one of the captains only were inspired to retire when the governor indicated that he would cut back on the amount of money that they would be able to get for health care, sick days and vacation days. And that spurred him on to retire. The situation that exists is that the papers indicated we didn't have any limit on this. We did have a limit on the sick days and the vacation days. We've been trying to get that out of their contract for years. We have something called a binding arbitration, and as many times as we tried to reduce that, the arbitrator didn't give us that privilege. So you can't blame this council or another council. From what I understand from our acting chief, I like to call him, officer in charge, Johnson, there were about 1,600 hours that some of these retirees lost because they had more sick days than they were allowed to take. So we did do that, and we did save that kind of money from their retirement. I'm sure we're going to work at it, and it'd be easier for us if Governor Christie said we can't do it, then we don't have to worry about the arbitrator, and we don't have to worry about the negotiation. He can put that into effect, and then we can move on from there. These are the committee reports. I'm not going to go over all of them, but you can check the asterisk indicates the chairperson. Police, we have Mr. Boncino, who's just, everything's the same as last year. Finance, Mr. Conboy. DPW, Buildings and Grounds, Mr. Castiglia. Fire, Mr. Chewinski. Work is in charge of insurance and ordinance. And Mr. Coletti is going to be in charge of personnel as chairperson. Liaisons are all the same. Board of Education, I left blank. If I have any volunteers to be liaison to the board, I'll accept it now. Or you can think about it and we'll discuss it at the next work meeting. Any volunteers?
The new guy in the block.
What's this for? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Board of Education.
He volunteered.
Board of Education, Mr. Coletti.
Yes. Low man on a totem pole.
We're home.
Okay. And actually, don't be so as I've usually indicated in previous years, if you want to change anything, it's perfectly okay with me and the other individual who's in that position wants to move out. Okay? Thank you. That's the end of my report. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to speak? Mr. Kaplan.
Good evening, gentlemen, and a happy new year to you and families and all, whatever.
Mr. Kaplan, could you state your name and address for the record?
Is that better?
Yes. Could you just state your name and address for the record?
Oh, Melvin Kaplan, 89 Glenwood Avenue, Elmwood Park.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What does the word terminal leave pay mean?
When a member of the community, the borough community, retires, okay, he gets, or she gets 4 months terminal leave.
Oh, okay. Now, on the article in the paper about the police department, is listed sick time, vacation time, and I think the word was terminal leave, was it?
Yes, it just says,
That's the same?
everybody gets it.
The amount of money, it was obscene, just obscene.
Mr. Kaplan, if I may,
Yes, please.
your terminal leave is 4 months of your salary. Unfortunately, we had people at the top of the scale getting a higher salary, so
I know.
their daily terminal leave is fantastic.
Yeah,
That will not,
I know,
that will not
Mayor.
happen in the future.
hey, I worked for a company 50 years, and when they went out of business, they said goodbye. Whatever.
The other aspect of the article was.
I'm sorry, Lou.
The other aspect you saw was comp time, compensatory time.
Well,
The other aspect of.
The new contracts that we're doing with the borough employees, are we looking into the type of thing, use it or lose it, vacation and sick leave?
Yes.
We are.
Yes.
Thank you,
I
gentlemen.
hope the government comes up with a plan that takes that out of the.
Yeah, well,
Mayor, if I may, tomorrow, the bill is on the table, is supposed to pass to limit all these, the total for police and that. So if you get a chance, maybe you call Senator Gordon, because he's fighting.
he is?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, my good friend Bob.
Yes, sir. You ordered my
Whatever.
name.
All right, that's interesting, and I'm glad to see that we're looking into the use it or lose it, because the sick time and vacation time is getting out of hand, it's obscene. You know, with salaries being what they are, whatever. Refund from the police department, there's 3 pages of refunds. What are they for and why?
I'll have our clerk answer.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mr. Kaplan, could you ask a question?
Yeah, the police refunds, what's all that
The
about?
situation there, Mr. Kaplan, was that earlier in the year, the council adopted an ordinance adjusting the fees for when our police, or in the case of our fire department, they need to respond to false alarms. And once a resident or a business owner has a significant amount of false alarms, they are billed
Right.
for those actions, for the response that the borough is providing. Where we are now is previously they were being invoiced. And what was happening is we had a lot of business owners, especially business owners, contending that for one reason or another, there was a reason why the false alarm occurred. There was no provision in the police department procedure to allow them to come to court and actually plead not guilty to the fine that they were given. So what we needed to do is anyone who was invoiced between the time of the inception of the ordinance until December 31st, we needed to return that and reissue them summonses so that they would have the opportunity to come to the municipal court, plead not guilty, and let the court decide whether or not they should be fined.
Oh, thank you. No, because I was just concerned. I took a rough adding up. It's like $100,000 worth.
What we needed to do basically is those people needed to be issued summonses from the police department so that it could go through the court, municipal court, rather than be invoiced, and they had no recourse to come back and try to defend themselves.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. Anyone else who wishes to be here? Alpha Ward Cassidy, huh, so?
A little faster this time, Mr. Mayor. It's getting better. But as I said the last time, it's tough to get old, but it's better than the alternative. Estelle Rendello, 36 Franklin Street. I want to take this opportunity to again publicly thank the mayor, Councilman Castiglia, Councilman Towinski, Mrs. Towinski, and Clerk/Mayor of Westwood, Keith Caswart. That's his name. What did I call it?
Westwood Park.
It's Woodland Park.
The mayor of Westwood just had a heart attack.
They call it West Elmwood Park.
I've been struggling to remember that because I still call it West Patterson. Sorry, it takes me time, Mr. Mayor. For attending the dedication of the senior lounge to Jack McLaughlin. And everybody there really appreciated you attending. And the plaque is not up yet because we had to get a different frame for his picture, but it'll be up by the end of the week, and everybody is really pleased, and I thank you again for that. And Happy New Year to everyone.
Anyone else who wishes to be heard? If not, I'll close the public portion of the meeting.
Mayor, can I just quickly, I just want to, I missed saying this before. I just want to thank, there's 3 members of the Chamber of Commerce here attending tonight. I want to thank the 3 members for coming out. Part of the chamber as they try to grow and be stronger for Elmwood Park and its residents and the community service. They've made little committees of their own, and I think these 3 individuals are kind of like liaisons to the mayor and council, I believe. So you may be seeing these folks. But I want to thank Bob and Ada and Bob and Mike for coming out.
Anyone else have any comments? May I have a motion to adjourn?
Mayor, we're going to go into executive session.
Yes.
I can read the resolution, whereas the Public Meetings Act of 1975, Chapter 231, permits the exclusion of the public from a meeting in certain circumstances. Whereas this public body is of the opinion that such circumstances presently exist, and whereas the governing body wishes to discuss personnel matters within the police department, personnel matters within the municipal clerk's office, negotiations with the Department of Public Works employees, and also potential litigation relative to negotiations. Minutes will be kept, and once the matter involving the confidentiality of the above no longer requires that confidentiality, then the minutes can be made public. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the public be excluded from this meeting. Mayor, can I have a motion?
Please, a motion. Mr. Boncino. Second. Mr. Word. Discussion.
Roll call, council members Castiglia.
Yes.
Coletti.
Yes.
Conboy.
Yes.
Kowinski. Yes. Monsino.
Yes.
Ward.
Yes.
Motion.
Do you have
This message.